every breath a trans person takes is an act of revolution. Today we gather because one of our sisters have fallen. Another one of our sisters has been denied her right to move, her right to breathe, her right to thrive unapologetically in her truth. My heart is with those who loved and cherished Goddess Queen Sister Leelah as who she professed to be. My heart is with every trans person who has been denied their truth by a system that is designed to erase us from the face of this earth. My prayers are with all trans youth who feel that they are alone and that they have no hope for their future. Leelah Alcorn was a young trans woman from Ohio, not far from where I grew up in Detroit. She was only 17 years old when she took agency over her life and decided it was not worth living. What message are we sending our young people? I said, what message are we sending our young people? I am here to let them know that their lives have great purpose, that each and every one of them are loved, are important, and their lives have tremendous value. I am here to let you know that our lives matter. Structural oppression manifests in every aspect of our lives. But the way structural oppression is set up, it will have you to believe that we need to be fixed. I am here to tell you that we don't need to be fixed. There's nothing wrong with us. What is wrong is society's depraved indifference, willful ignorance, complicity, and inactive engagement in the systems that deny trans people our humanity and our right to life. Denying a trans person access to medical care is an act of violence. Denying a trans person access to housing is an act of violence. Denying a trans person the opportunity to get a job, to raise a family, is an act of violence. Using religion to shame people is an act of violence. Leelah had a vision of her future. She took a peek into what was to come of her life, or what she thought was to come of her life. She knew that being trans, but by being trans, that she would face all of this violence. When she called for us to fix society, she was calling for us to end all structural oppression and violence that trans people face. Not one more! Not one more! Not one more! When I first moved to D.C., my good friend and sister Ruby Corrado took me to where the bodies were found. The empty fields and the back alleys where the blood of my sisters painted the cold streets of Southeast. Goddess Deani Jones, Gigi Gopalan, Lachey McLean, Nana Boo Mack, Diamond Lee Pearson, Alexis Woodland, Amani Spalding, Bella Evangelista, Kim Mimi Young, Eureka Davis, Stephanie Thomas, Tyra Henderson. I speak your names. I speak your names when no one else will. I speak your names in the same breath as Goddess Leelah Alcorn. Because the same thing that killed Leelah is killing all of us. My liberation depends on your liberation. In 2014 in Ohio was the epicenter of the brutal violence that trans women of color face. We are dying. And what are you doing? What are you doing to stop the murders of trans women of color? Right here in the United States, 12 trans women of color were brutally murdered. Trans women of color are 50 times more likely to be impacted by HIV. The average income of a trans person is less than $10,000. Over 40% of trans people attempt suicide. My mother has already lost 2 children at a very young age. Her heart cannot bear to receive a phone call to come identify my body. I said her heart cannot bear to receive a phone call to come and identify my body.
That's right. Shouldn't need to.
If you want to fix something, we need to fix this shit now. Every breath that I have is dedicated to trans people. Every time I get the opportunity to lift up their narratives, I will take it. And if you take nothing else from today, understand that it is time that we give our young people the opportunity to thrive in their truths. And that means supporting the leadership of trans-led initiatives. That means elevating the voices of trans women of color, of trans people of color. They're trans men too. They're being murdered too. They're being denied opportunities too. So when you speak of Leelah, speak of us all. And in the words of Goddess Queen Asada Shakur, it is our duty to fight. Join me. It is our duty to win. We must love each other and protect each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. I said it is our duty to fight. It is our duty to win. We must love each other and protect each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Rest in power, Goddess Leelah.